All right, there's a story in the Telegraph, Lynn, about the Post Office PR chief. Now, on this inquiry, which is going on forever, the tension is that we're waiting for Paula Venables and she's next week. And we had the PR chief yesterday.
Yeah, so Mark Davies, he's been asked a series of questions, about his own ethics with regards to the scandal. And because there's been a number of emails that have come out and transpired where people are now who were employed are saying, this is fascinating. We're a part of this massive scandal, which is not something that you morally should be saying. There were 4 suicides that occurred because of this. People had to remortgage their homes not once, but 2 and 3 times. And it was devastating. It's one of the worst scandals in British history, it's been coined. And he's said to himself, I've had to ask if I'm the bad guy
let's
multiple
see the exchange at the inquiry.
Had you ever asked yourself, might we, in fact, be the baddies?
I've asked myself that question. I've asked myself many, many questions over this issue many, many, many times over the course of the last few months, over the course of the last few years, and throughout the whole period that I was dealing with these issues. We really believed that we were doing the right things.
Well, here's the clue, mate. You were the baddies. Look, it's not difficult, this, but it's a reference to Are We the Baddies is a reference to a Mitchell and Webb sketch, isn't it, Michael, where I think it's German soldiers or something.
Yes, I think they're 2 SS soldiers discussing. They notice that they've got skulls on their shirts and they're discussing, are we potentially the baddies? And you can imagine those conversations having gone on in the Royal Mail. Again, what you see here is sort of Royal Mail executives being told about sort of the horrific situation that some of the accused are going through, and their first response being, can we get the media lawyers on the phone? So it's all about how do we protect our public image as opposed to should we wake up and realise what we're doing to these innocent people.
But then there is willful blindness, isn't there? There's a thing where you're in the middle of it and you can't see it. So they sent each other emails, and this is one phrase, isn't it fascinating to be at the heart of a corporate cover-up? So they were joking. They couldn't see that they were actually in a corporate cover-up, and they spent their whole time attacking brilliant journalists like Nick Wallace, who was very early on to this. I don't know. It's gradually we get to the Venables moment, don't we?
I think they were desensitised. I think they were arrogant. Yep. I think they probably had because they knew it was going to be not something that they could contain. I think they were told probably on repeated occasions, it's not going to be that bad. We can cover ourselves. And I just think there's just a simple lack. The thing that I'm frustrated about is here. People just want to hear, we put our hands up, we've done wrong. And for him to even continuously ask, am I the bad guy? Well, yes, come out and say yes.
Like we don't want a kind of soliloquy from a Shakespeare play. Just admit, why won't any of them admit it? It's just this parade. I don't know.
I think one element of this story that, obviously, I'm not sympathetic for the Royal. I think there were loads of opportunities for them to work out what was going on. But because of the involvement of an IT system, I can imagine lots of people saying, well, like,
it's not our fault.
I was told the computers work.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, I think there is a sense that when if a computer switches on, it's working. And if it doesn't switch on, it's broken.
Well, also, if the IT company tells you it's worked, then
there's no in-between step. But it's the thing is, nobody said, how come we've suddenly got 900 criminals working for us? That seems like a lot, doesn't it?
And I don't know, just to come back on that, there's been times where I've been at work and clients and customers have said, listen, the portal's not working. I'm not just going to dismiss them and say, well, why isn't it working? And there were so many occasions that postmasters and, people at the post office were saying something's not right, can you look into it? And they didn't take it seriously. So I do echo what you say, yes, OK, it's not necessarily us, it's the IT system, but why didn't they look into it?
But bear in mind, they got word that the numbers could be adjusted from central Fujitsu headquarters, which they kept denying even after they found out it was true. So there's actual lying going on here.
No accountability.
And it's who actually told the lie. Someone's going to end up in jail. I think 2 or 3 people might actually at the end of all this. It's going to take a long time though.